So I just had a very horrible experience at a game store. I brought in a lot of the stuff that I said I was going to trade in, and I brought most of it home. Uh, what happened was I started looking at what the trade-in cost was with while I was at the store, and the trade-in cost for an original Nintendo was $10. I have only $5 put into those consoles, so it would be 100% profit. Uh, wouldn't be bad, but it's not great. Um, I also got, and I started even looking more. Um, I looked at the trade-in value for an N64 was $5. Looked even harder. Noticed that the Super Nintendo was $10 also. So I started, and then I know it was 15 for the SNES, and I asked about the Mini or the NES Model 2, and he said no, they're the same price, and it hit me really odd. They're not from what I've been seeing. Um, so I started talking to so I started looking around the store, not yet doing any of my trade stuff, and I started looking at the prices they had on their stuff, and they were asking for an original Nintendo $56. They were asking Super Nintendo $40. They were asking 64s for $30, and I mean really decent prices for these consoles. And so I go back up and I was like, well, why are they so cheap? And he's like, oh, we're overstocked on the N64s. That's why they're dirt cheap for trade-in. And I look at him, well, that's lowering the price. You should be doing more maybe online sales. If you're getting a lot of N64s in, put them online so you get your more money back. And then we started talking more, and it's like, what about the Nintendos? Why are these so very low? And he brings up, uh, you know, all these things, and so I bring up, I fix a lot of my consoles, and I fix them all up by hand, and he uh, says something kind of really snarky towards me, and he's like, yeah, people bring in consoles all the time, saying, they're really good, thinking they're worth a hell of a lot more than what they are. I'm not saying that. I'm not, I know what my, Super Nintendo, and I know it's a store. They should, still have a lot of room to make profit. 200% is decent profit. But when they're buying a console off of me for $5, $10, that works great, uh, brand new almost, and they are selling it then for almost, what is that? That would be 460% profit off of me. That's kind of bullshit. When they buy a 64 for $5, and yet again, they're making almost, they're making 500% profit off of me because you're going to resell it. Um, um, then you look at anything else. I mean, you know, and what really blew my fucking mind was they had on their wall, and it was beautiful, and I wanted it. Didn't have the money, but I wanted it. They had a top loader, SNES top loader, and we all know they're about $100. Um, well, they are $100. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But it had the cords, but no controllers. So I didn't care. I have two dog bones that I use just to game with my normal Nintendo. I started, I looked at it and I was debating it a lot. And I looked down on their paper and it said $25. $25 for an NES top loader. And he said, yeah, we got it in, worked perfect. That's bullshit. That really is. And I'm not saying, they're doing their business, their motto. GameStop does the exact same damn thing. I like them still. I still truly like them. I just won't do business like that with them. I wouldn't trade in anything of mine because I know I can get more money from it. But I did trade in a few things. I traded in a lot of my bulk NES controllers. Got 50 cents a piece. 250 in total. I sold 5 controllers. Yeah, I got fucked. Um, sold an Xbox 360 controller for 12 and 2 Xbox games for uh, another 10, I think. So all in all, $24 for things that I didn't really use. So that's good. Um, what did shock me though was I brought in my stack of Sega Genesis games. I do not have a Sega Genesis. I had one for a moment, then I gave it away. Um, but I got to put them out on the table, and he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that whole stack's 10 cents a piece." He didn't search any books. He didn't look off of any freaking computer. He just straight up fucking said 10 cents a piece. I knew by research that some of those games I have, yet a lot of them $5 games, there was a $15 to $20 game in there. He wanted to give me 10 cents for it. That's kind of like, if I accepted that, I would feel like Freddy Krueger's mother being raped by 100 inmates. I just would feel horrible. So I didn't accept it. I did pick up a new video game. I picked up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the side scroller for the original Nintendo. I know a lot of people say it's a really bad game. I really enjoyed it when I was a kid, so I don't think I'm gonna have any issue playing it now. Um, and so that's my journey. Couldn't sell a damn magic card. Yeah, didn't want any of them. Someone came in a day earlier and sold them over 5,000 cards. I walked in the next day with 5,690 common cards, 390 uncommon cards, and about 30 rare cards. So yeah, they didn't want any. Which okay for me, I guess. I'll just sell a lot of this shit on Craigslist because that I can guarantee will make me a little bit of money. Um, Outside of that, this was Kill Ogre. This was a little bit of a rant. Oh, also, something they actually had that, outside of how much they wanted for it, even though it was kind of still worth it, oh, I'd so pay for it, too. I said that earlier about the top loader. This is the one that, give it to this. If someone gave me this as a gift, I would do any sexual favors they asked of me. It was literally in-box, complete Nintendo system with a R.O.B. R.O.B. the robot. He was the second player controller, if you don't know. And it was, altogether, it was complete. Everything perfect. They also threw in a copy of Gyromite, which you didn't actually get. But it was $596. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, man. If I had a R.O.B., I would be so fucking happy. But yeah, as of right now, I don't have that kind of money. I couldn't afford a R.O.B. if I had to. So this is Kill Ogre. You guys have a great night.